That new book is appropriately titled, I Am So the Boss of You, designed to help parents take the rules from business and use them in their home. Kathy Buckworth is an award-winning author, mother of four, which should have an award in its own right, I think.
Pretty much,
You're just right there. And the author of the brand new book. Let's talk about that. What can business teach me about being a better parent?
I think there's a lot of parallels between them. I think one of the number one things is there's a lot of rules and policies at work that really don't have room for discussion or argument, which can be great things to transpose into your home. Things like project management, taking on extra things that work never happens unless we make sure we have the right financing and labor in place and whatever. But at home we say, sure, you can play rep hockey 4 times a week, I'll drive you, without checking the calendar, our bank balance, anything like that.
How are you going to fit in dinners?
How are you going to fit in dinners, exactly. What are your goals and priorities? And I talk a lot about that in the book. I joke about things like at the dinner table when my kids will sit down and say they don't like it, and I say, well, here's the thing. I don't actually care if you like it or not. It's nutritious, it's on time, it's on budget, and we got to get, we have to eat dinner, we have other things to do. So I think once you get past sort of what are your real goals and priorities with your kids, it takes a lot of the argument out of things, hopefully. Okay. Bedtime is bedtime. You eat what's put in front of you for dinner. You have to go to school every day. These are rules. They're not my rules. These are rules that our household embraces. These are rules of society you can take with you. And I hope that what I'm doing with the book is giving moms and dads something to laugh about, but also some practical advice to train their kids to get out into the real world eventually.
Because I have an end result. I want a particular
That's right.
behavior or a particular learned skill, just like when I'm at work. I have
like an
intern
as well. I did a poll with moms, how many moms were still making lunch for their kids, even though the kids could make it themselves and the moms didn't like doing it. 2/3 of moms said they were still doing it. I said, that's just bad delegation is what that is. And they would say to me, well, it's just easier. It's just easier if I do it myself.
Right.
Well, it would be a lot easier for us to do all the work of our interns and our more junior employees, but we don't. We train them so that they know how to do it, so they can have that skill and move forward, and we can move on to different things.
But is it impersonal to raise my children as if I was treating an employee?
Yeah,
because I don't, for the record, I don't treat the interns well.
Oh, that's not good then. Yeah, you treat your children better maybe.
Yes.
Well, it can't, I think it takes actually, some of the corporate structure can bring more fun and more enjoyment into the house because you're not having those frustrating discussions about asking your kids permission per se. Can we go to the bank after school, sweetie? Could you put these clothes on and get ready for school? We're going to the bank. You're getting ready for school. Do you want the green top or the red top? No, wait a minute. You're going to have the green top. So it's pulling back on every step to say, I'm not going to ask them a question that they could actually choose the wrong answer for, if you know what I mean. If I know there's only one answer.
Right. Answer is we're going to the bank.
We're going to the bank. So that's what's going to happen. So I think it can actually allow for then more other discussions where you can be more open and talk about your kids about things that you actually would negotiate.
Now,
your non-negotiables.
You mentioned moms and dads.
Yes.
We can't both be the boss. Or can we?
Well, we can. And when you're at home, you're the one who's like the enforcer of the rules. How's that? So I don't like the good cop, bad cop, nice parent. That sometimes happens. I think the rules are the rules. If we sort of catch each other sort of saying, well, I said they couldn't eat in the family room, but I don't mind if they do. They need to sort of regroup and say, we need a rule around this that we both enforce. Maybe I'm not 100% on board with it, but the rule has to stick. Otherwise, you're always having the fights with the kids. Well, dad lets me do it. Mom doesn't. And that's not good for anyone.
So we're always presenting a united front.
Absolutely, but mom's always right. I'm just saying that because my husband might listen to this one day. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you need to decide what the rules are and you need to this is not new advice. You need to parent together, right?
Right.
As co-parents.
Takes two of us. Okay,
Absolutely.
So give me one from the business world, from the boardroom into my living room.
Well, PR. I think PR on your family. We do that sometimes with our kids. He's just spirited. He's not really all that annoying. So we put a spin on what we do. I joke about that in a sense, but I think it's important to know what are the priorities for your family. What does your family sort of stand for? Okay. What I mean by that is, if it is a priority for you to have your kids in sports all the time, then move other things around so that you can do that. If academics is more, where you want to put your focus, make sure you have the time to do that. If maybe you need to hire in a tutor, I'm a big believer in, I call it outsourcing in the home. If there are things that you can't do yourself or you feel like somebody else would be better equipped to take on,
right.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with outsourcing. I think we do that at work. We say that's not my specialty.
So we have an IT
math,
department.
Not my specialty.
Yeah, no.
So sometimes I need to call in extra help for that. So I think it's all about sort of making sure that at the end of the day, you're just trying to manage things more smoothly. A lot of parents at home feel frustrated because they feel they're not accomplishing things, they're not feeling successful.
If I'm the boss and I have goals, then I can be successful.
You say I'm successful.
If you want some more information, you want some more help, you'll find all the links on breakfasttelevision.ca. You're also going to find a giveaway there. Just click on the link that says contest. We've got a pair of copies of I Am So the Boss of You. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yes, you are.
That's how I say it to my kids.
Yes.
It's all available through breakfasttelevision.ca, and you'll find all Kathy's info on the website as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I
I'm going to
appreciate
be
it.
reading it twice, and so my wife can be the boss more and more. Want to check in with Courtney? She spent just some recent time at Disney World, spending some time with some special kids there. Check it out.
Good morning, you wreck.